Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed, playing content where we talk about our plants and we try to learn the best way to grow them. So, I have a table full of plants that need to be repotted. They're all doing pretty well, so that's good. And I have some Q&A questions. I posted a community tab asking if anybody had questions, and some people DM'd me, some people responded on there. And so I have those questions. Some people ask questions in other videos, so I wrote them all down, and we're going to go through them and see how many plants I can pot up for the number of questions I have. I think I have 13 written down. We'll see. Also, a limiting factor to this is the amount of soil I have. So I don't have much, but we're gonna try. All right, let me make space. Alright guys, so we switched cameras because my phone was overheating. So I don't know if any of the repotting of my tetrasperma, Raphael tetrasperma, was recorded, but this is what it looks like now. Nice and pretty. And the plan is to stake her up and start growing her vertically if I can find space for her. But for now we're just focusing on getting them in pots, and then another day we'll do trellises and or sticks or bamboo poles or whatever we're gonna do. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but we did this. We also answered 2 questions, but I'll re-answer them. The next plant we're gonna pot up is this guy. This is my Philodendron Coelum New Red. I don't know if that's gonna focus, but it looks different than the other red coelum I have, so we're going to pot them up separately just to see how they grow out and if they are different. I think they might be. One has much more narrower leaves than the other. So let's get a little bit of dirt in here and re-answer those questions. So my favorite plant chore is watering and / reorganizing my plants. Watering because it's relatively easy. I can give you hopefully the name of the plant on here. So, but I like watering. The way I have my plants set up, they all have trays underneath them that just stay there, and I just go around and bottom water everything, and it works out pretty well. You know, I have rotted a few plants that way, but, you know, overall, the plants have survived and done well. We're going to have to put a new stick in here. We'll just use that one for now, but, oh, I have to find my Velcro another day. I don't have it today. But yeah, and I really like this plant because it's got 2 little pups down here. How cute is that? Alright, so that guy is repotted. Alright, the next one will be the other red coelum. Let me keep the tags with the right plants. So this is the Philodendron. Oh, let me get you out of here. Oh no, don't get stuck in the pot. Okay, we got you. Is the Philodendron, can you read that? There we go. Ruby red Philodendron. And these leaves are much more narrow. And the petiole is green, where the other one, the petiole is like a burgundy. So I'm thinking it's like a different plant. So I bought it because I thought it wasn't the same plant as this. I bought this one first. And I was going to pot them up together to kind of fill out the pot. But they're different. They look different to me, so I'm going to pot them up separately. And we got a good amount of roots going on here. Okay. Next question. What is your least favorite plant chore? So that is repotting. Mostly because it makes like a huge mess. I don't know. It feels like a bigger task than it is. Once I start, it's really not that big of a deal. And it doesn't take that long, but just like dreading. But what I do like to do is like match the pots that I want to plant the certain plants into. Like, that's fun. I guess that's kind of like an organization type of task where I just go around and figure out what plants are going to go in which pot and figure out if I need to get more pots, which I think I do with my trades and stuff once those guys get a little more. See, this plant right here kind of snapped in half, but we'll leave it. We'll see what happens. We'll also just put this stick in here to help hold it up. Maybe. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely more of an organizer than like a cleaner. I hate making messes because I have to clean them. I hate it. Okay, the next plants we're gonna pot up are these Philodendron fuzzy petioles. I have 2 of them. They are the same plant, and we're gonna pot them up together in here. So the third question is, what was your most expensive Hoya? So the next couple of questions are actually coming from a YouTube video, my Hoya tour video, and I want to give a shout out to Fawn von Schothorst. Not sure if I said that last name right, but she asked me like 10 questions on that video, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. So thanks. Let's see, this is more like peaty, which doesn't do well in my care, so we're gonna, oh, okay. And inside the peat, there's sphagnum moss. Strange. This is strange. Okay. This is gonna hold, I don't know, would this hold too much water? I don't know. Should I just leave it like this? I don't do well with sphagnum moss. I'll just see how much of it I can pull off, and then whatever I can't get off, I just can't get off. So this is gonna take a while. This is the first time I've seen somebody pot up a plant like this. So, I mean, I guess they rooted it in sphagnum and then just put it in some peat. Okay. But also it's like just a small root system. Alright, I guess we can answer some more questions while I do this. Oh, sorry. What was your most expensive Hoya? That was my that had to be, I guess it's my Hoya linearis, my large Hoya linearis. I believe that was, I bought that at $60. I've had that guy for 2 years now at this point. And yeah. It was weird because they were hard to find at that time, and it was just, my local nursery by school just had like this huge basket of it, and I was like, and it was $60, and see, this one doesn't have any sphagnum. I bought them both from the same place on the same day, but okay, this is strange. Weird. Alright, so we got that. Alright, let's see. I guess that's how it's gonna look. But yeah, the Hoya linearis, I still have it. I've shared it with a bunch of people. And yeah, and I'm glad to see that it's kind of starting to come down in price or become more readily available. I don't know about so much as coming down in price, but it's easier to find now, which I think, like, I don't know, a lot of plants, they're not that difficult to propagate, so, you know, why they're so expensive is a little just confusing to me, I guess. Alright, so we got this guy done. I'm a little nervous about this guy. The root systems were not really well established. But hopefully it'll do okay. Hopefully, right? Right. Okay, the next one we're gonna pot up together is my Monstera Stanleyana. Let me do something about all this peat and sphagnum. Or maybe we'll just leave it here. It's fine, just ignore it. Ignore the mess, guys. Focus on the plants, ignore the mess. But, I don't even know. My initial reaction was to just throw it on the floor, but because I have to sweep and mop in here anyway, but peat is just annoying. Okay. So we got those guys. We'll just put you over there, I guess. Alright, the next question. What was your least expensive Koya? I was able to get a 2-inch plant of Hoya Lisa Australis. That was also at the same place I got the Linearis, actually. They started getting in right before I graduated. They started getting in these little like 2-inch pots of Hoyas, and they were $10 a piece. And I bought myself 2 of them. And she's growing well. She's doing good. So, yeah, that was my least expensive Hoya. Well, I guess $10, right? Yeah, $10 for one 2-inch plant. So we got a good amount of roots here. We're just gonna see what wants to fall off, like the old crusty soil. Most of it wanted to fall off, actually. Okay. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is kind of try to like spin this guy around it and then maybe work it up. We don't know. I don't really know exactly. I don't have a plan yet, but we're working on it. This guy, look at those roots. They started shooting like secondary roots out of this main root. Cool. Okay, this guy is gonna go right here. Ooh. Yeah, I think that is good. I think. We can use some of this older soil. It's fine. Just because I am limited on my soil. So we gotta recycle, guys. Alright, next question. I'm really bad at remembering about these questions if it's not like right in front of my face. Okay. The next question is, what Hoya did you get the best deal on? Well, I did imports. So, a lot of my Hoyas were relatively cheap. When you do imports, you usually have to pay, there's a large shipping fee. But, if you get enough Hoyas, it kind of like makes up for it. Or plants, just in general, not Hoyas. But if you get a good amount of plants, it kind of makes up for the shipping that you would have to pay. And so I guess all of my imports are kind of like the best deals. Out of all of the imports that I have, which one was like my favorite is my Hoya Jennifer. She's a beautiful plant. Go check out my Hoya collection tour, and you will also see why I think she's a beautiful plant. But yeah, she just grows really well. She acclimated from import very easily. And yeah. Okay. So I have this guy all done up. I like the little frilly edges. I think it looks cute on the pots, but when you get dirt in there, it's such a pain to get it out. So this is the Stanleyana. We just put like a little stick right here just to kind of help support it. Hope you could see. All right. Alright, the next plant we're going to be potting up together is my Raphael de Cursiva. I always want to call this Monstera de Cursiva, but that's wrong. Yeah, it's Raphael de Cursiva. Okay, and this one is a crawler. As you can see, it's crawled. and it's already kind of like horizontal, so I'm probably eventually going to cut that and reroot it and just kind of start trying to do a vertical stem and see how that works. But until then, we're just going to pot them up. Okay. I am making such a mess. There's dirt everywhere. Dirt is everywhere. Alright, the next question. Favorite Hoya growing medium? That is my Hoya like soil mix. I've used cactus soil, 2 parts cactus soil, 1 part perlite, 1 part horticultural charcoal, 1 part orchid bark, and then I usually dump in a small bottle of rooting hormone. So that all mixed together is my favorite growing medium. So soil overall, but yeah. Alright, so this guy has like 2 plants in it already because I cut it and propagated it because I just did. Oh, people are making noises. Oh no, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this guy out. Oh man. Oh, I can just hear all the roots. See, this guy is a good rooter. I tried to get this guy to root like in water, and he wasn't having it. So here we go. I think I got most of it. You want to see the carnage? Okay, yeah. And that's because this pot dips in a little bit, so it always makes it harder to get plants out. Okay, so we lost about this much of root, but we still have all of this root. This is the second piece, which is starting to grow a new piece right here, but it was my one fenestrated leaf, and it was hanging off the edge, and I kind of snapped it off, so it was like a forced propagation. But okay, we got those 2, and then we got this guy. This guy I recently watered, so he's still wet. Just see how we're gonna pull this guy out. Ugh. Look at those roots. Wow. We had a little bit of rot at the bottom because it was sitting in water. But this guy's really wet, so I'm not gonna water this plant after repotting. Okay, so we got everybody in there. I'm gonna flip this guy over, I think. There we go. Okay, everybody's in there. Now it's the fun part of trying to backfill without covering up new growth points, because this is a crawler. Okay. So the next question is, what is your favorite way to propagate Hoyas? And for me, that is in water. I can see how the roots are doing. I can monitor if there is any rot happening. And I just think it's easier, just in general. I get a lot of comments, or I've gotten comments from some people who are like, you know, that's so stupid, you should use this. And I'm just like, dude, you think I haven't tried it? Like, really? Like, really? And I'm like, if you're using the word stupid, I think that's more about you than anybody else. So just do what works for you. Don't let other people kind of like force you into things. I mean, it's cool to try and experiment, but if you tried, experimented, and it still doesn't work, like, it's not gonna work. That's just what it is. So, and also, like, you know, you live in different areas. Some people, sphagnum moss is gonna work better. Other people, it's water. And other people, it'll be perlite. just is what it is, guys. Okay, I think we're okay here. I think. Oh, we need some more soil on this side. Okay, we got her. She's large and in charge. And crawling away. Okay, so it's the next day. The battery died. I have 1, 2, 3, 6 more questions left. And I still have a ton of plants left to repot. So we're just gonna keep going. So the next plant I'm gonna pot up is my Shangri-La pothos. And I bought this from the plant farm, Epiprenum Shangri-La. I'm going to be putting her in one of the pots from ceramicist and artist Nikki Gunning. I love these pots. They're handmade and they're like really durable. This one's a porcelain one. And yeah, go check out her website if you are interested in purchasing one of these, guys. I highly recommend. Alright, so she's a little dry. I got a little bit of root rot at the bottom because they were coming out and it was kind of sitting in water. But that's alright. I'm actually going to take off some of this older soil and yeah, put some new soil in here. Okay, so question. Okay, what's your favorite leaf cleaning solution? So, you just saw, I think, my Raphael tetrasperma and how they're like hard water stains and just like pesticide spots on the leaves. So, if water, just regular, like warm water doesn't take it off, I'll add some lemon juice. And that usually takes off any kind of like hard water stains off the leaves. Now saying that, I don't do it often. So like a plant will have hard water stains on it for, you know, 6 months and then I'll finally be like, all right, let's clean you up. But it is what it is. All right, the next question is, do you use grow lights? Yes, I do. I use, they're technically like garage LED lights. I have 7 of those. I have 2 double, they were originally reptile lights, like the double domed reptile lights. And then I have a couple of actual grow lights that I got off of Amazon. And then I have 2 different types of grow lights that I got from Grow Star LED. And they all work well. You know, you don't have to spend a lot of money for grow lights. I don't have any plants that require like insane amounts of light. But yeah, an LED light bulb in a lamp next to a plant will usually do the trick for most plants, I think, in my experience. Alright, so this long strand, I'm going to try to wrap around and hope it stays and kind of like helps make this an even fuller plant. I'll try to use the tag to kind of hold it down. I need to get some like pins to help pin down the plants how I want them. And yeah. So this is what we got going on. The Shangri-La. It's supposed to be all wrinkly and freaky looking. This one has like a little cup. Where are you? Sorry. Has like a little cup to its leaf. It doesn't go to the other side or anything like that, but it's like cupped. There's also like a hole. I don't know if these guys are supposed to get fenestrations or if that just is what it is, but yeah, this one also has like 2 little cupped areas. Right there and right there. Pretty cool. Alright, so we got that one done. The next plant we're going to pot up is also in a Nikki Gunning ceramic pot. I just love the dripped glaze. I love it. This is my Epiprenum skeleton key. Right now it just looks like a regular epipremnum, but as it matures, it gets like a very narrow pointed end, so that it kind of looks like a skeleton key. Alright, let's see what the roots look like on this guy. A little bit of rot, but pretty good. The soil's still a little damp, so we're just going to take off like the top crusty stuff. And we'll answer another question. Oh, also about my grow lights. How long do you use grow lights each day? So I think I have my grow lights on for, I think it's 10 hours. It's around 6 a.m. to about 8 a.m. So is that 10? No, that's 14 hours, right? Because 6 to 6 is 12, and I go from 6 to 8. Yeah, so 14 hours. And yeah, the plants like it. There are some plants that don't want to be like right up next to the grow lights, but you kind of like figure out what those plants are and you just move the plant. But yeah, I use little timers in the outlets. It's made life with plants a lot easier, especially if, like, I don't know, you're running late somewhere and you gotta go and you don't have time to plug in or turn on seven separate lights. But okay, we're back filling. I'm also going to try to wrap these two longer stems around to root in and make a fuller plant. The next question is, what shelvings do you have? So my white shelvings are from Origami. It's a brand on Amazon, and they're about $100. And I use those because they're kind of like the IKEA cabinets, but kind of not. They're cheaper than the IKEA cabinets for sure. And I got the narrow kitchen one because I don't want, the rooms aren't like huge, right? So I don't want to like box myself in with like these thick plant shelves. And it also helps with not cluttering your plant shelves, kind of. You can still clutter it. There's enough room to get like two rows of plants, but that's about it, you know? I'm not going to have like 5 rows of plants all cluttered together and looking like a hot mess. But yeah, so those are the ones I use. I get the white ones. I think they come in different colors. And then I also have a couple of shelves that I got from family friends and like Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, that's really it. But I would recommend the Origami shelving unit, especially if you're renting and you know you're going to be moving. They're very easy to move. They fold up and like they're very lightweight. They come with wheels if you want to put them on wheels. And yeah, I recommend them. Alright, so we got the skeleton key done. And we have 2 more questions. So I think we can get 1 more plant potted up. And I think we're going to do this guy. I just picked this plant up from Home Depot, I believe it was. And it is a mini variegated lipstick plant. Now I have like a larger variegated lipstick plant, which I have figured out that the variegation will go away if you do not provide it with enough light. And I've also found out that lipstick plants are kind of finicky. It takes a little bit to kind of like figure them out. The roots, I guess, don't like to be really messed with. So we'll see what happens to this nice full plant after I repot it. It's probably gonna die back a little bit, but what can you do? Alright, so the next question is, what type of grow tent do you have? So I have a hand-me-down Mars Hydro. I actually got it from my brother. He knew I liked plants, and he came upon one, and he gave it to me. So now I have one. There's a couple of rips here and there, but you just put duct tape on it. It's fine. It works. It doesn't have to be brand new. And I think it's good to reuse other stuff instead of just always buying new if you can. Okay, I'm just pulling out a lot of the dead leaves. Like I said, lipstick plants, like, they like to drop leaves. They like to die off. I don't know. They're just more finicky than you would think. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a bunch more in here. Alright, and let's pull you out first, I guess. Let's do that. Let's see. Okay, so the roots look good. Okay, I don't really see any rot, which is good. And I'm not going to mess with this, like, at all. I'm literally going to put a little bit of dirt at the bottom and just place this on top and call it a day. Because, yeah, these guys, I'm constantly killing off parts of my lipstick plant. Alright, let me actually put some... Look at all the dead leaves. Constantly pulling them out. So bad. Alright. And the last question I have is, what do you use your grow tent for? So I use it for new plants that I get. If I like order plants online, I'll throw them in there. I also use it for vegetables starting or flower starting if I'm growing something from seed. See, like, they just die. I don't know. And I don't really take that many propagations. Well, I mean, I always end up with a bunch of propagations, but I don't take any as, like, intentional to, like, sell or anything like that. It's just whatever comes off, and I usually just throw them in water and I leave it on the windowsill. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, but if I ever had to take, like, a propagation of something that, like, I was kind of killing and I wanted to try to save, I would put that also in my grow tent. But that's really it. It's kind of just, like, I don't close my grow tent. One, I don't have any plants that need, like, high humidity or, like, that high of light. So I don't mind the light, like, spilling out and hitting some of my other plants elsewhere. I think it actually helps. But I do think about getting rid of the grow tent, or at least putting it somewhere else, because I'm not really actively propagating, and it does kind of take up like a 3x3 space that I could put another shelf on and display more plants. So I don't know, but I might just take that out of here and move it, but it's not happening today. So, alright, I think I got all the dead leaves out of here. I think she looks good. And yeah, we planted up a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 9 or 10 plants today. Well, in the span of these 2 days while answering these questions. And I think they look pretty good. So, yeah, that's really it. If you have any more questions you would like me to answer in another Q&A, drop them down in the comments below. Let me know what your experience is with lipstick plants, actually. Are they finicky for you? Do they require, like, just a lot of light, or I don't know. Let me know. And until next time, relax, plant, peace out.